know how baby birds are made? Gotta go around the back. It's a baby bird!
Umareta!
Mareta, I was born!
In this episode, we rate a goat on the internet. Lick the packaging. And go down there.
I don't think we should go down there. Sometimes when I'm in the convenience store, I just look at things for longer than people look at things. And sometimes the staff comes up to me and they ask me if I need help. That's probably never happened to anyone else. I feel like I've never encountered this situation. But at this Family Mart, I was asked if I needed help. And I told him no, because I knew what I was looking at. I was just looking for a specific thing. Maybe I should have asked for his help. Who knows? But I continued to wander around until I got to the onigiri section. And I started picking them up and looking at them. And he goes, "You should buy that one." And that was this one. It is a chicken, cheese, spicy onigiri. And I've already eaten a little bit of one, but it was from the freezer. The girl heated it up today. I didn't know that was an option. Yeah, girl. It's got nacho cheese. I haven't had nacho cheese in a really long time, and they put it in an onigiri. It doesn't make any sense. I think you have to get further in for the flavor, but I can tell you right now, I had this at like midnight the other night out of the fridge, and I was like, God, this is really good. So that midnight snack has led to this breakfast.
I'm not fond of swimming in the ocean. I mean, I'll do it sometimes, but like, to be completely real, like, this is kind of why. You see this? See all this stuff? This terrifies me. You can't see what's down there, guys. And to make matters worse, because I'm so tall, my feet go down just a little bit further than everybody else's. So just like, there's a little extra bit of, I'm just like, well, maybe everybody else is okay, but that extra 6 inches, that's where the real danger be hiding. Can't deal with it. We've come out to what is one of the most beautiful beaches in Asia, or how it is advertised, and it's damn beautiful. It's super clean, it's super big, it's super peaceful, and we have just happened to be in the same places, kind of in the same line that we have the last couple days, because the 10:05 airplane that we've been watching every morning
is flying
in and is going to fly right on over us. This beach is so beautiful that there are people taking wedding photography. So it's like up there near the level of the beauty that you got from the octopus that we saw yesterday. It's like on the same, the same level.
I mean, that is the most beautiful octopus in all of Asia. So, I mean, we know for a fact for that one. This one's just supposed as the most beautiful beach in Asia, so.
You may also be wondering, why are we not swimming? And I showed you that sign earlier with all the scary stuff in the ocean. That's part of the reason, but it's not the real reason. The real reason is that the temperatures just aren't quite perfect enough. It's close to perfect, but it's pretty warm today, but the water's a little bit cold, and most of the people that you see in the water are actually wearing wetsuits, and that's, to me, a pretty good indication that it's probably not okay just for like casual jumping in your panties or whatever. So we are, as usual, traveling in a beautiful location where typically it's like super beachy and nice, but we aren't here in exactly the right season to take advantage of like all of the things. The good news is I'm not going to get killed by something in the water.
True. I could be convinced to get in the water.
Well, get in the water then.
Well, I gotta go and get bathing suit and all that stuff. Yeah.
She's brave. Hey, Katie, I'm gonna look at the butterflies. We have a tendency to get lost in rice paddies when we are on trips in Japan and you end up just like driving around inside of one, turned around, like whatever. It's just something that happens to us all the time. But there really aren't any rice paddies down here on these islands, so we keep get lost in sugarcane fields.
Wow!
And there's another airplane is going by right now. Good timing.
Hard to drive.
So anyway, we are now just kind of driving through what started off as a sugarcane field and is now a random something field. I'm not sure if we're allowed to be here or not, but
We're always allowed to be here.
the road's on Google Maps, so it seems like it's okay.
Road.
Yeah, the road. Okay, so we're gonna go up here and we're gonna take a, there's gonna be a right-hand turn, maybe this little, nope. We're back into sugarcane fields.
Everybody get out of my way, I'm a wah. I'm a lost little wah.
We're now watching out for hermit crabs. It's a new one. I don't think I've seen that one yet. That's official. That's just not like something somebody made. This is like the real deal. The state put this up. I don't mean to be like sizist. Like these guys are little, like these hermit crab dudes. Mm-hmm. But like, what exactly is one to do in a car to avoid, like you gotta like be dodging and like stopping traffic and stuff? Like I'm not saying like, it sucks that they get plowed over, but like, he's like this. You know what I mean? Like if you're
Build
in a
him
car,
a bridge. Build him a bridge.
I just don't understand like exactly what you're supposed to do in a car to avoid hitting something you could probably not see. Or are they just really big here?
Is it just a sign for thoughts and prayers?
I don't know. It says be careful of. Go chewy this.
Oh, no, it's not thoughts and prayers. It's beware. Heading over to the final island that we haven't touched since we got here on Miyakojima. I don't know the name of this island.
It's the big one.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some sweet treats, and there's another airport over there. So if you think we've been freaking out about planes over here, we're gonna go freak out about planes over there. Eric, we did too much plane stuff. But there's a cool runway over there. We're gonna check that out, and we're gonna go on this car runway here.
I have consulted the Google. The name of the island is Irabu-jima. We have educated ourselves. We've made our way across what was a pretty long bridge to the biggest island, and I've now forgotten the name even though we Googled it a minute ago. And we've come to a observation point that really isn't that great, like the way the grasses all come up and everything, you can't really see anything. But something that caught our eye, just being up on this hill overlooking the ocean, is a couple of what I'm assuming are graves. This one is definitely a grave, but the one over here is questionable. I'm not sure. It's very low. I think it's very, very low, and it doesn't have the usual markings. I'm not really clear what this is, to be completely honest. I'm just kind of guessing it's for somebody who's passed. It's got a litter box. I'm gonna poop in it. That's getting cut. Okay.
I like it. At the end, you're like, all right, I can't deal with me anymore. Since I always go to the right, we went down the wrong path. All that stuff that we saw before, that I don't think that's part of this like observation viewpoint. But this gigantic building behind me that kind of looks like a spaceship or like Aztec stuff mixed together. So we're gonna go check out the bridge from this side now. When we were on Irabu-jima, we went to like a little factory that was making these. Nobody answered the door. We wanted to try and figure out where you could buy them. We ended up buying them at like a tourist center. And I had thought, oh, we'll have those for fika one day. But other fikas just ended up happening.
It's kind of a miracle on that island.
You just get a backseat fika for a while. We've got a lot of backseat fikas at home in a snack drawer. And so this isn't fika time. We are both a little hungry and
we're waiting for an event.
We're waiting for an event, but we don't want to wait in hunger. So I'm going to snap into these. Irabu-jima has a special flower on the island, and it is in this.
Is
I
it
don't
in it
know.
or is it shaped like it?
I
thought it was maybe
I thought it
shaped
was
like
in it, but that was an assumption for real.
Yeah, it just says katachi. So I think this is just going to be snacks that are shaped like a flower that's on the island.
I don't know whether it's going to be salty or sweet.
Komugiko, tamago, gyunu.
It does not list that flower.
It does not
as an
list flowers. It's
so
just, I think it's just
inspired by.
Yeah, I think it's just an inspiration.
Just the shape, but the shape is really cool. So I like that.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is kind of cool. Yeah. You gotta hold it the right way.
Okay. All right. It is like 1% sweet smelling. Lots of percent kind of dog food smelling, kind of deep friedness. Here we go.
It's really hard.
They used to have these crunchy things. It tastes like Chinese soup. You used to put those crunchy things on it.
Yeah.
It is just like that. You know what's funny? It said Natsukashi flavor, which means like from your past experience flavor, and they are. I thought I was going to be left out. All of the airplane stuff that we've done today, like just seeing them, was completely by happenstance. We weren't planning any of that. It was just like, oh, we're on the beach, there goes a plane, wow, we're underneath the plane, wow. Like that was just all random. But now we've come to the plane thing that we wanted to do today. And the reason that this one is so cool is like right there's the runway, and you just swivel a little bit and there's the ocean. You can go to the tip of it as well, where you will be standing between runway and ocean. So we're gonna head over there, and I'm just psyched about this because I never thought that they'd have a runway that I could go and stand on right by the water.
We're having a little bit of trouble finding food on this island, and it's not that there's not restaurants, because there's definitely restaurants. It's just that they're all closed. You go to them and they're just not open, like for no explained reason. There's no signs or anything. They just, we're just not open. And so we came over to this little like convenience store. It's like not a chain. It's like a grandma runs a convenience store type thing, because they got these signs outside that say they have obentos. It's like that would be a thing we could have for for lunch. And we walked over to the door, and on the door it's like all the bentos are out for today. And it's just kind of like, well, maybe like bring in a sign that says you have bentos now. So anyways, we just keep going to thing after thing after thing, and it's just not operating, or they don't have the thing or whatever. I know that's kind of this island life or whatever, but man, I'm hungry. Yeah. We found something, and we think it's open. There's signs that say it's opened, but there's no staff. You just sit down by yourself, and there's like a robot to order from, and we did that, and we gave it money, and now we're waiting. It's pretty strange. It seems like it's just gonna be like one of those like Hawaiian style burger places that are kind of popular in Japan. At this point, this food is what we need, so it's it's great that it exists, but I'm not really clear on where the people who work here are. All right, we got a couple of burgers here, and these are like artisan Hawaiian style whatever burgers.
Yeah, that looks like a sourdough, bit of a sourdough bun.
Yeah, maybe. And this is the kind of place that like you come with your girlfriend like to take Instagram pictures.
Me?
Yeah.
Are we gonna Instagram this?
Maybe we should Instagram. Yeah, maybe we should.
Oh, you're not doing it yet? You have
Hold
to
up a
do
burger.
it before you
No,
eat
hold
it.
up a burger. No, man. We good? We good? We gotta get this shit on the Instagrams. All right, now look super kawaii. I gotta do it like maybe like this. Oh, there we go. All right, very Instagrammable. Katie got the cheeseburger, or the non-cheeseburger, just the hamburger. And I got the yam burger. This place is called Yam Burger, by the way, but it doesn't have like yam. We thought maybe yams would be in the burgers, but it's not. It's just the name of the place.
Mine's got a tartar sauce, lettuce, ketchup, onions, and a big fat old patty.
And mine has that
Yours
stuff plus
has-
avocado and maybe like a Thousand Islandish dressing. Probably
And a slice of tomato.
Ooh, a
and
slice
cheese,
of tomato might have been
yeah.
worth it. But this is one of those burgers that's like too tall.
And they had like a window that It's really unwelcoming.
Agreed.
Like, they close this window where you can't see in, but they can see out. It feels really unwelcoming. Like, you shouldn't be ringing the bell to bother them. Just eat your burger and leave, please.
The vibe of the place is peculiar, let's put it that way. Tastes good though. I mean, it's a good burger. It's just too big, so it's just gonna fall apart. Big burgers should be wider, not taller, etc. And the flavor is fine. I'm just happy that we're eating something at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
I was getting a little concerned that that was gonna run into a problem.
Maybe we gotta work on like this campaign about a wider burger and instead of a taller burger.
Yeah, this needs to be a thing. Maybe we should make t-shirts.
Wider is better.
Wider is better. I don't know if that's going to convey. I think you just have a picture of a wide burger, I guess, is how you do it.
Swinging indoors. When these ladies leave, I'm gonna fucking give it a go.
Give it the beans?
Yeah. And I break the ceiling. You've seen me on a swing before. Gotta go to the sky.
It's not fika time, but I kind of feel like I've earned a little treat. Got these little tiny chocolate bar. We went into this supermarket to get the actual fika that we'll be sharing in later, a few minutes, really, to be honest with you. And they had this there, and it was like 54 yen after taxes for this little tiny chocolate. And I've never seen this packaging before. Is this something that is outside of Japan, or is this a Japan thing? I have no idea what I'm getting into, but it piqued my interest just because of the size of it and the price of it and the package of it. And I think we're just gonna get some golden little packaging in here. Oh, the packaging feels silky almost, dude. Feel it.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, like it's like.
And it's almost like sealed.
Yeah. Oh, this is strange. Like it's like sealed all the way around. Like I've gotta do a thing. The real reason I'm having this, 'cause I'm worried it's gonna melt in the car. Also because I want it and because I deserve it. You know, I've been a good boy.
I agree. You have been a good boy.
Do you want a nibble? Oh, pretty good chocolate. Ooh, wait, there's something inside.
What the fuck?
There's nougat.
We gotta go back and buy a lot of these.
These are good. Oh man, that's lemon.
Almond paste.
Is that what it is? It was really good. Okay. Whoever's making these things, yeah, keep going. It's like a surprising deliciousness.
Wow.
We got a map. Maps are great, right? It's the island that we're exploring today. This is the bridge that goes over to the other main island. And this island is actually pretty substantial compared to the other two islands. There's a lot going on here. They have a family mart. There's like multiple stoplights. It's got way more going on than Irabu-jima that we were on a couple days ago, which had one stoplight and no family marts. So this is like a built up area to a certain degree. Most of it's farming, but there's still like villages and there's things going on. There's like little fishing areas and fishing villages. And we have come to a rock that you can climb up on and look out over the sea. That's a lot of what goes on here. Go up on a thing, look out over the sea, it's beautiful, etc. And we were hoping we were able to see something called the Iguana Rock, which is marked on Google Maps, but you can't go down to the ocean, I think just because it's too dangerous to like do the climb down there. So there's signs up there like, don't go down here, because probably they don't want people dying in the ocean. From here, we are going to go a little bit further up the coast up here to go to the bathroom. From a distance, we saw these rocks in the bay and we thought, oh, this might be a pretty place to come park and just have a peek. So we did the thing and we came over here and the rocks are great. But when we arrived, we realized that this was part of the situation. There's this little goat. And the goat is actually literally on Google Maps. Like it's marked as like the little goat house. And it looks really friendly, doesn't it? What's he doing? He's really soft. What's up, buddy? Hello. Oh, I think you just think I'm gonna give you food, but I'm not.
Yeah, the sign says no food.
This goat smells like a goat. You're on Google.
What are the reviews? We seriously do this. Like, we just look at the reviews for things that shouldn't have reviews, or like things that there was that long bridge that we went on today. Like, some people gave that bad reviews. So we went through the bad reviews this morning. What are the reviews of the goat?
The goat doesn't seem to have any reviews. But
we'll
hold
be
on.
the first.
Yeah,
Goddamn right we will.
Yeah. How do we review the goat? We suggest an edit. No, this is open 24 hours. We are accurate. Is there a way to review? How do I save the goat? What I want it. How do I add a review? This needs reviews. Ah, here we go.
Ha!
5 stars.
For real.
Loved it.
Yagtastic. Looking for a place to eat breakfast this morning, I typed in bakery and panya in Japanese, and this is what came up. This little sweet roll.
It's like this thick.
I'd say it is very thick. What at first I could find was where they produce them, but they don't sell them. And then I finally found out you can get them in supermarkets. So we went to a supermarket and we got one.
I would call it a glorified bodega.
Yeah, I would definitely agree
Supermarket
with that.
is like when we pulled up to it, I was like, "Where's the door?"
Yeah, there was no door that seemed appropriate. I then wanted to confirm that this was something that comes from this island. So first off, I should say about the name. Uzumaki sando. Uzu means like a roll type thing. And then maki, also kind of the same thing. This is more like a squiggle or a spiral. And then sando is bread and other things. And by other things, cream. What I read on the internet is that it's going to be crunchy. It will be crunchy.
Okay. That's not what I expected.
I found that very, very strange. So I was like, all right, you've definitely piqued my interest. I'm ready to know what crunchy means.
Don't shake your coffee. I think it's carbonated.
I don't think coffee is carbonated.
I know, it just popped on me. Oh god, the can that we got these coffees out of the vending machine is like super like heated, so they're very, very hot, which is challenging. Does it feel crunchy? It doesn't feel crunchy at all. It's soft.
You tell me when you hit the crunchy.
Okay. How about to that goat?
To our most recent review of goats.
It's crunchy.
It's crunchy. The sugar.
It's like thick
they
grains.
It's like they made the frosting and whipped it up real good, and then they just added sugar in it, and they didn't whip it up anymore.
Oh my gosh, it's actually good. I mean, it's like incredibly sweet.
Yeah, people were hyped about this. I also found that there's another way that people suggest you make it. You take it and you fry it, where you melt all of the icing into the bread.
Want me to open your coffee for you?
Please.
You're gonna want that. It's a good combination. Yeah, that's damn tasty. I thought it was just gonna be a boring roll or whatever.
It's got like a Pop Rocks feel to it, but without like the uncontrollableness of it.
Yeah, that's ace. Now just go ahead and get the rest of this log here, and there we go.
I'm gonna lick this.
Yeah, wow, it's fun.
It's really fun.
This is a challenging amount of cream left. I'm happy about the challenge I have. Hey, what's happening? It's like the whip isn't that sweet, but the sugar they add is. What's going on?
I don't know.
However they made this is genius. I would give this like a 9 out of 10. We came into this little village because we wanted to see the little factory that they make that confectionery, that bread thing with the crunchy sweet in it that we had for fika. And it is just like kind of what all the other little villages on this island kind of look like. This little like place that people live, and the factory itself is just this little building back here. I was like looking at it, I was like, is this even a thing? Like, what is this? What am I looking at? But I'm 90% sure that's where they're making those sweet treats. So it can look a little dilapidated on the outside because it's delicious on the inside.
Hello.
Hey. periodically in Japan, you will see these signs. It's almost always a black sign with white lettering on it and maybe some gold like this. This is from the Bible. It's like phrases from the Bible. And this specific one says, there's a road to death and there's a road to life. I don't know if I'm translating that like as eloquently as it would be in the Bible, but that's what it literally means. And it's peculiar because, like, I mean, there's not that there's no Christianity in Japan. It's just that it's not super, super prominent, especially compared to most other countries or many other countries. So, like, to see it splashed into places that it's usually in the countryside too, that you see this kind of thing, it always is kind of like, oh, okay, well, that's probably, you know, that area or that house or whatever, that's like a Christian house. And this is sort of how they show that that's what's going on with their, like, belief structure. Probably could have done that a lot better. Screw it. So we've had this little thing going on between the two of us where I keep getting a little concerned you're taking me places to kill me. And you've cranked it up a notch because you put this thing on your map and we drove way out into this sugarcane field past these like big walls and stuff that look kind of like, okay. And now we've come to this thing. And I think you go down there.
So the pictures that I saw looked creepy. This feels creepy as you're coming in, but once you get into this area, it feels more like Luray Caverns or that geological strange thing close to your house. Like, it doesn't feel creepy or scary or wet and moist and gross in here. It's dry, and there are like stalactites that are clinging to the top. It's almost like you're in a cave, but you're not in a cave. It's really cool, and I sit here thinking like, oh man, if you were camping, this would be such a cool place to be camping. Like, you're protected from the wind, you're somewhat protected from the rain if you're underneath certain parts of it, and you could have like a little fire in here in your tent, and I don't know, it seems kind of cool. I don't know why I have like a little daydream going on in my head, but this is
shopping for s'mores already.
Yeah. I don't think we should go down there.
You got this.
Let me see the light. Some goodies ass shit.
Something sounds alive. All right, so for real, this would be pretty hard. It is really slippery. The rock has just got wetness all over it. And I don't think there's anything living in this cave, but things are definitely dripping down from above in the cave. And it's just down, and there's like a tree kind of going down the thing, and you would just slide down this hill. I'm not quite sure how somebody would responsibly climb down the slope that this is to get down deeper into the cave, but I'm not going to find out. So this is as deep as we're going to go. I'm not sure how much further down it goes or whatever, but I kind of get the suspicion that it's just kind of going to be a cave. I don't know if there's anything like interesting further down in there or anything aside from like the geology that is back there. But yeah, I just don't feel like I have the gear or the expertise to do this without putting myself at risk. If it wasn't clear, it's like completely dark back there. There's not any light leaking in. The reason you guys could see anything at all is because I had a light. So that like doubles up on the like complicatedness. Carrying a camera, carrying a light, like you need something on your head or whatever to do this right. Proper boots and maybe a guide.
I think we're definitely prone to thinking that roots go from the ground up, but these are actually going from the sky down. There's a bunch of trees up there, and these are just their tentacles coming down and rooting into the ground. It's kind of creepy.
One side of this island has got a little village in it that is kind of spooky and kind of decrepit and seemingly kind of dying. The other villages are, you know, kind of old, but they feel lived in. This one feels like it's kind of a ghost town in a way, and it sits on a coast. And it kind of makes me think, a lot of times people like over fantasize how beautiful and amazing Japan is. And don't get me wrong, I love Japan. It's amazing here. But there are definitely areas of Japan that are dilapidated. And I feel like a similar type of vibe, like if you had this type of location someplace in like Italy or something, it might be kind of run down or whatever, but it feels like it might just be a little more less spooky and maybe more like a romantic looking little like village cottage type thing, like on the ocean, you know? Like you compare it to just different things like that. Something about the way that Japanese haikyuu falls apart is specifically eerie. Were you singing Celine Dion again?
No. So I read on the internet that, well, hold on, I'm gonna start over.
How many of our videos start with so?
A lot.
It is hecka windy. Whew. F7.1 is my favorite F now. It's like, that's a point. If this stuff isn't sugarcane, we're gonna be the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet.
Put sugar canes in.
This is a test of the microphone, because I dropped the camera like a moron.
I wish that old man was still here.
Watching you lick that?
Uh-huh.
I bet he wishes he was still here too. That was a long way back you just did.
Sup, girl?
So this.
Eric Klein, that goat was on Google Maps.
I want everybody to go rate that goat.
Because you should well be impressed.
Yeah, I'll try to remember to put a link down below to the goat's location so everybody goes and gives that goat 5 stars.
But let's talk about that goat's life. That
That's
goat's
true.
doing a great job, but perhaps the people who own that goat should rethink the situation of that goat.
Agreed. The
Because
goat.
I can hear Adam Sandler kind of just triggering in my head about this terrible goat life.
The goat was doing good. The goat's confinement area could definitely use some improvement. So maybe what we need to do is give a realistic review and then maybe write in some suggestions.
Upgrade.
Maybe we can get this goat a better life.
And then when we go back, we'll visit him again and see
He'll be
if
in a
he's gotten an
palace.
upgrade.
He'll be on like a goat pyramid.
Instead of underneath the building, like a small building with a set of stairs.
Yeah. Things could be better.
It could be better for that goat. He couldn't be better.
When we're done campaigning for this goat to have a better existence, you could also hit the like button and the subscribe button and the comments
We would
and all
not
that
like
stuff.
to know any upgrades that you would.
Yeah. We're perfect. We're
That's
good.
not necessarily true.
And the Facebooks and the Twitters and the Instagrams and Twitch is where we do live streaming and have a good time over there doing that. So come hang out on Twitch, and also Patreon is how we are able to make all these videos. So if you would like to help us make videos and get some perks back, Patreon is the place to do it.
Yes, and thank you to everybody on Patreon who's already helping that.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
And I think I'm out of things to say this time.
That does seem to be the expanse of our universe inside this universe.
We did a pretty good job of staying in the focal plane, though. You didn't go out of focus. Oh, there you are. You're gone now. It's this thing you can't move.
Stop blurring me.
Here, you can blur me and lean forward.
See, it was just stuck on you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it knows who the talent is.